So let's talk a little bit about the Cover Girl. The A3818 is in fact the 50th anniversary of the Cover Girl today, right? Or this year.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? Waco here. And we're here to celebrate the launch of our latest collaboration, in fact. And this collaboration, of course, is a big salute to 1971, the birth year of the famous Cover Girl, right? The A3818, the icon. And of course, we made the first revival of the Cover Girl last year. But this year we're coming with something even more high concept. So Julian, I believe am I correct that this watch is in lightweight, airweight, grade 5 titanium, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. It's titanium. And it's the first time we do it on such an iconic collectible watch. As you know, we had this very successful edition last year together. And now this one in titanium is just incredible. It's going to be only 250 pieces available.
Let's talk a little bit about the Cover Girl, the A3818, which was born in 1971, which means, of course, it's the 50th anniversary of the Cover Girl this year. Is one of the most iconic Zeniths ever created. All right, it was born in 1971. It had a tonneau-shaped case. It had a very beautiful dial, which was a Superman blue, as I believe the collectors call it. And it, of course, appeared on Mr. Rossler's book on Zenith. And as a result, it has become one of the most collectible Zenith watches of all time. I believe vintage pieces are now 18, 20, maybe more than that.
Yeah, and it's one of the most difficult one to get because it was one of the rarest in terms of production. Yeah.
Right. How many do they make?
Less than 1,000. Yeah.
Well, we made a couple more of them last year because we launched a Cover Girl Revival last year, but we didn't want to make it exactly the same as the original watch, so we took, even though it was a steel watch with a steel Gay Frere style ladder bracelet, we took the Superman blue dial and we applied luminous material to almost every indication in there. So if you've got a UV light or you go into the dark after being in the sunlight, you'll see that there's an incredible light signature on that watch. But we couldn't let the 50th anniversary go by without doing something.
We had to celebrate it the right way because it's the 50th anniversary of this old lady. I mean, it never looked so fresh than 50 years after the creation. And we said to ourselves, we did a steel version on a ladder bracelet. Why not doing something that has never been done before in terms of materials, so titanium grade 5? And why not pushing a bit more the boundaries of what we can do by doing a mix of satin and polished titanium? That could be awesome, specifically for the ladder bracelet, which has never ever been done in a titanium grade 5. So this is what we have done basically. It's a new launch, new reveal of the Cover Girl. So for the people who missed the first one, and I know there's a lot of them because they are still, contacting us to get it. There will be a second chance to get this second edition or this second chapter that we are creating together, and I'm more than pleased to be able to reveal this one.
So this watch is really cool. We love it because in principle it looks kind of like the vintage Cover Girl, or even a little bit like the revival we did last year. But until you pick it up, and when you pick it up, you realize it's almost weightless. That's why we're kind of calling it the Cover Girl Airweight, right? And it's made of grade 5 titanium, which is the highest quality titanium that you can have, and it's the only quality of titanium that you can mirror polish. So that's why you have mirror polishing on some of the surfaces there. And then, of course, we couldn't have a grade 5 titanium case without also a grade 5 titanium bracelet. For the first time ever, a grade 5 titanium ladder bracelet, which is, as Romain mentioned, has some incredible finishing to it as well. This watch will be released in a small run of 250 pieces, and I'm now going to give you Sumit's personal mobile number if you're interested to get one. You can just telephone him directly, any time of the day, any time of the night, feel free, and then I'll give you his personal email address and his Instagram account or anything like that. If you don't get through with him on the phone, just message him on Instagram or DM him on Instagram or just email him, right? I'll give you his home phone number too, and it's the phone number of his parents in New York.
Oh, wow.
I know, I'm just joking. So I want to also kind of turn the clock back to the very last event that I ever experienced before the COVID pandemic, and that was the launch of the Cover Girl Revival last year, which was an unforgettable launch, which Julian and I did in Miami, which was the first time either of us had ever launched a watch without the actual watch in our hands.
Yeah.
So the idea was that we wanted to launch it in Miami. So I had flown from Singapore to Miami. Julian had flown from Switzerland to Miami, and we both arrived at the supercar showrooms, which is this beautiful location. We were both ready to go. We were ready to present the watch. And then I said, and then Julian said to me, wait, so you have the watch, right? And I said, Julian, I thought you had the watch. And in fact, Roman had the watch.
I had the watch.
He kept it in the Swiss mountains
Exactly.
when we were in Miami.
Exactly.
But we created one of the biggest buzz because we didn't have the watch.
Yes, and so
Came, why are you asking us to join the event?
Exactly.
It was made on purpose, guys. I can tell you now.
Exactly. So we did the entire launch without the watch, but we drummed up so much excitement, and I think we did a pretty good job in terms of explaining the watch, that in fact we sold the entire allocation of the watches throughout that evening. And then at the end of the evening, I don't know if I ever told you this, I have a friend named Eric Wynn, who's a brilliant sort of vintage watch dealer, and he showed up wearing an actual Cover Girl from 1971. So he's like, oh, let me show you my watch. So I put it on, and then as I did that, one collector walked by and said, "Is that the watch?" Yeah. And I said, "Yes, it is." And I showed it to him. He goes, "Wow, it looks just like the original." But anyway, this time we're doing the launch with the actual watch. We're going to do plenty of close-ups for you as well. But yeah, again, an amazing tribute to first of all, an iconic model. One of the most unforgettable watches in the history of sports watches, and also to an amazing brand, which is the creator of the world's first integrated chronograph movement, which was also the first 5 Hertz chronograph ever made in series as well. And also a brand led by 2 amazing individuals, Julien Tournard and Roman Marietta. And just 250 pieces, guys. I don't know if I mentioned this, but last year's edition, the A3818 in steel with the luminous dial, the retail price was $8,000 US, and I believe the watch is now trading for $16,000 in the aftermarket. I'm not suggesting that you buy these watches as an investment instrument. In fact, I'm suggesting I would prefer that you don't. I only want people that are actually going to wear this watch to have them. So in which case, we're going to organize a system where either Julien or Romain or I or Sumit are going to have to Zoom interview you first to discuss why it is that you like to purchase the watch, right? Does that make sense?
Idea.
Yeah. Yes,
why don't we do that? Absolutely. So we'll send you all a Zoom link. Please click on the Zoom link in a given time, and then we'll have a discussion as to why you feel that you should have this watch. We'd love for you to have it, but of course, we prefer you wear it rather than sell it in the secondary market. Correct?
That's for sure.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys very much. Peace.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.